Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is going to be a lot of information for 15 to 20 minutes. So just kind of like got to jump right into it. But thanks guys for coming. This is our weekly Monday night wellness call. I love the topics for this month because they're all spring focused, and we're kicking it off with cleansing. So springtime cleanses. And then the following weeks are oils for exercise, which I believe one of our leaders, Louise, is going to hop on with me. She is yoga instructor and has some great tips for us, and then oils for gardening. And I think I have my friend Elizabeth, who's like a master gardener, hopping on. So those are going to be fun. So tonight, let me just start by saying, I try so hard to condense as much as I can into 20 minutes without it being this overwhelming amount. So I actually taught last year at this exact time, last March. I did a call called Springtime Rhythms, and it was about 40 minutes long, really focused on these things right here. Like, what should you be eating in the springtime? What should you be drinking? What supplements are focused on this? I talk about like the rhythm of springtime in all aspects in the earth, in our physical bodies. I talk about it even spiritually and emotionally. And so that call is awesome. I'm not going to repeat that call. Tonight, I specifically want to talk about a cleanse. But a lot of that, and I put the little bit.ly link there at the bottom. You can find it easily. It's just bit.ly/springtime rhythms. I'll make sure it's on our YouTube as well. But a lot of that information came from this book that I could not find today, but thankfully I've read it a couple times, but it's called Staying Healthy with the Seasons. And it's about tapping into what every single season offers us, what like is the earth, what God is giving us in nature, and how we can kind of sync up to that. And so for springtime, the organs of focus are liver and gallbladder. And according to like Chinese medicine, that's the time of year. This is the time of year where cleansing is in your favor, and it's naturally biologically like what you should be doing and would want to do. So I have to just mention that. I'll mention it at the end again in case anyone's like jumping on tonight late and just misses that whole intro. But I just felt like I'm kind of going to just jump into the cleanse aspect. But if you want that, like why cleanse in the spring, why the liver and gallbladder, then go find that teaching, because I'm going to talk about it a little bit more in depth. Hi guys, welcome. Thanks for jumping on. So you can grab that link at the bottom there. So going into that, tonight I want to talk about specifically with springtime and let me just pull this away, the organs that we should be focusing on this time of year. We're going to be talking about like the liver and the gallbladder. Hold on, my computer is doing something really strange right now. Oh, now I see the chat. Hey, Louise, I just mentioned your name. I was like, Louise is going to talk about exercise. I think you are with me next week, right? Okay, so real quick, let's just talk about the liver. So the liver is our filtration system, right? This is our body's primary way of taking toxins and converting them into waste products. Our blood is cleansed through our liver. This is where we metabolize nutrients and even medications and things that can provide the body with its most important, like proteins. It's a very fundamental part of your body's regulation and homeostasis and balance. Here's just real quick, like some things to look for if you might be in need of a liver cleanse. Okay, so if your skin is a mess, like if you have flaky skin, itchy skin, strange rashes, acne outbreak, if you are exhausted all the time, like you're kind of dragging throughout the day or relying on caffeine to function, if your weight isn't cooperating, no matter what you do, even if you're exercising, even if you feel like you're eating healthy, if you have like chronic stomach issues like acid reflux or stomach pain or ulcers or bloating, if you have blood sugar crashes, hypoglycemia is a sign that your body is entering a pre-diabetic state. And I know a lot of people talk about like the role of the pancreas and insulin production, but we should be talking more about the liver because that plays a huge role in our blood glucose levels. If you sweat excessively, so that's also associated with it can liver disease, liver problems, even can be a symptom of blood sugar problems or diabetes. If you get sick all of the time, if you feel like you just are like one sickness after the other, liver problems create severe imbalances in your immune system. So those are all kind of things that if you are experiencing any of those, then it might be in your favor to look into a liver cleanse. The liver and the gallbladder function, hand in hand. So your gallbladder, this is like a tiny hollow pear-shaped organ located right below your liver. So it's directly on the right side of your abdomen. It's small, but it has a lot of huge responsibilities in your body. So the gallbladder stores and concentrates bile that the liver produces. Bile consists of cholesterol, phospholipids, bilirubin, water, electrolytes, bile acids, and the bile has lots of responsibilities in your body. So a few things your bile does. It digests and absorbs fats. Water retention in the colon. So it helps like promote bowel movements. This is what bile does. Also aids in bilirubin excretion, elimination of toxins, elimination of drugs, right? Like if you don't want them to build up in your liver. You want your liver to function properly and for your gallbladder to be able to eliminate any harmful compounds. So there's a huge process of elimination and filtration between the liver that's producing the bile and your gallbladder that's excreting it. So if we have like a buildup in our liver and our gallbladder, this can produce gallstones, and basically like this is where a buildup of harmful chemicals, maybe from processed food, maybe a lifetime of, consuming the horrible Western diet that we have that wreaks havoc on the digestive system. So gallstones are basically the product of bile becoming overloaded. So overloaded with cholesterol, overloaded with bile salts, with bilirubin. You see gallstones a lot with like diets that are high in saturated fat, but low in fiber. So things aren't flushing, they're not moving properly. Can y'all hear me okay? I feel like it's like kind of glitching out. Okay. And then so if there's a buildup of these things in your gastrointestinal tract, diseases can happen like cystic fibrosis, Crohn's. These are all associated with gallbladder problems. And gallstones can affect people at any age, but they start to really show up with people between 40 and 50 and older. And also they're more prevalent in women than men. So here's how you might need to flush your gallbladder. So symptoms of like a gallbladder attack. And y'all, this is so weird, but I am like such a firm believer that teaching is the best way to learn. And I'm not kidding when Harmony's on this call, so she can be my witness, that on Thursday when we were together in Idaho, I'm back in Louisiana, we were skiing. I had these horrible upper stomach gas pains. And I was like, what is going on? Like really painful gas pains. And then I did diatrize, I took enzymes, I ate, and all of a sudden I started burping up. Well, it happened to me again yesterday. And my little sister says to me, I think that's your gallbladder. And I was like, how do you know that? Now, fast forward to rewind last night, I'm prepping for this class and I'm like, oh my gosh, I had a gallbladder attack. I had no idea. Okay, so a gallbladder attack will result when gallstones are stuck in the ducts that transport bile from the liver to the small intestine. So some common symptoms are indigestion, gas, belching, abdominal bloating. If you have like frequent fatty food intolerance, which I know I have, if I have fried or very rich food, I cannot stomach that. It just doesn't settle well. It kind of started in my pregnancies and then it just carried on. Nausea, vomiting, pains under the right shoulder or between the shoulder blades. So, a good way to know if this pain is related to your gallbladder is to find out is simply press down on your last rib located on the right side, kind of like below your nipple, your boob. And if you feel pain there, that's a good indicator that it's your gallbladder. Obviously, this is self-diagnosis. You can confirm with your doctor, right? But those are all, that's a sign that your gallbladder just needs a little bit of love. So it's just so cool that I'm like prepping for this and I'm like, you know what? Perfect timing. It's the perfect time of year, springtime. And guess what? We have a really great solution for this. So Young Living just so happens to have a cleanse that they've created called the cleansing trio that is actually specifically for the liver and the gallbladder, which is very cool. I know that I will talk about other cleanses and different things to support the liver and the gallbladder, but this was just too perfect to not mention because it's just a system already created for you. So this is a little bundle of 3 different supplements. You've got ICP, Comfort Tone, and Essential Zyme, and I'm going to break each of those down for you guys. But together they work synergistically to help get your liver flowing and your gallbladder flushing so that everything's functioning properly. Now, I had to do a lot of research on this. I have to say, like, just disclaimer, it's one of the things that I'm teaching on that I can't say I've done myself. But now knowing what I'm experiencing with the gallbladder, I'm absolutely going to do this. And then I also read some testimonies that people in pregnancy have even used some of these things. So of course, check with your healthcare provider, do your own research. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm breastfeeding and I feel comfortable with what I've read that I'm going to do this cleanse. So the cleansing trio is really ideally for like a 5 to 10 day window, just depending on what you need and how bad things are. So this is going to be good to use annually. So if you like it and it feels good and you want to do it in a couple months again for 5 to 10 days, then it's going to last you for a few cleanses. So during this window, though, when you're using these 3 products, you want to eat as clean as possible. You do not want dairy. You do not want sugar. You don't want processed foods. So just let's say you're just doing it for 5 days, maybe go for something like Whole30, which is really just eliminating processed things. Or you can go raw. You can just do like fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, but basically you're wanting to reduce inflammation and to also reduce digestion so that your body can work with these supplements a little bit better, a little bit faster. So this is from everybody's testimonies that I read. This is what everyone recommends. And this is a little bit like off-label. So that's why I put it in the slides for y'all. So we're going to recommend that you start with Comfort Tone first until your bowels are moving. And you want your bowels to move 2 to 3 times a day. So this is going to look different for everybody. So for some of you guys, this might be, starting with the normal dosage, which I think I put in the next slides, which is like 2 in the morning, 2 at night. And if that's not doing anything for you, you need a little bit more, then you go 3 in the morning, 3 at night. I read a testimony where someone they were so blocked up, their liver was so congested that it took them taking 8 Comfort Tone in the morning and 8 at night to get things moving. Now, I don't think that's normal. I don't think the average person is going to need that. I think you might try 2 or 1 and be like, that worked. I'm good. So once your bowels start moving, so like I said, start slow, work your way up. Then next, you're going to introduce ICP, and you're going to start small with this too, just 1/4 to 1/2 of a teaspoon, and then moving your way up. And then the enzymes, Essential Zyme, you're going to use throughout the entire process. Okay. So let's break these down. First is ICP. Did I pull up? I hope I pulled up the ingredients because I wanted to read those to y'all. Let me just see if I did. No, in the book. Interesting. Okay. So, oh yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. There it is. ICP. Okay. This is your gentle intestinal cleanse. It's high in fiber. And it's, of course, got our premium essential oils in it. Oh, man, I meant to grab this book. I have this really cool book called, it's like a clinical guide on our supplements. And it had a study in the front that said that our supplements with essential oils added in, it like provides 40 to 80% more absorption than your regular supplement, just simply because we have essential oils in there. This is like a doctor wrote this book. I'll have to put it in our notes whenever I share the recording. But I thought that was so cool. So this is high in fiber, got your essential oils added in. This is your intestinal cleanse. It's got soluble and insoluble fibers sourced from psyllium, oat bran, flax, and fennel. It's got all great oils in it, basically like the blend of digest, fennel, anise, tarragon, ginger, lemongrass, and rosemary. And this is It's going to help you absorb your nutrients better. It's going to decrease the buildup of waste, and it is geared to help maintain a healthy heart. So you're going to take 2 like rounded teaspoons and add it to 8 ounces of either Ningxia or juice or water. I know sometimes people will add it to like apple juice specifically for the gallbladder. It is high. It's good with a high protein diet, and you can use it up to like 3 times daily if you want. So many good ingredients. I didn't read them all, but you should definitely go to Young Living's website and just click on ingredients and check it out. All right, the next one here is Essential Zymes. Young Living makes 5 different enzyme products. I'm going to have to do a whole class on enzymes because it's fascinating. The FDA like recently in the last couple of years like approved enzyme therapy for things such as cancer and like all sorts of things, because enzymes are so good for decreasing inflammation in the gut. But anyway, 5 different enzymes, they all have different functions, they all have different benefits and support different things. But Essential Zyme here is just good for stimulating overall enzyme activity. So this is great to balance your digestive system, to combat like the modern American diet. It's specifically formulated. It's got a 1 dual time release caplet. And so you want to take it an hour before your largest meal, or some people take it before like lunch and dinner when they're doing this specific cleanse. So they're taking it twice instead of just 1 time. But again, start small and see how it goes for you. The last one here is Comfort Tone. So this has also really amazing ingredients. It's got psyllium seed and ginger and tarragon. And this one is also obviously great for digestion, but it's hard to pronounce, Cascara Sagrada. Cascara Sagrada. It's a botanical native to the Pacific Northwest that can aid your body's natural cleansing system and detoxing. And of course, it's got your oils mixed in there. So you take 1 capsule 3 times daily. And then you want to have a lot of water throughout the day as you're doing this cleanse, much more than you're normally drinking. So you're helping your body flush and get rid of all the buildup. Okay. Sorry, I'm realizing I'm missing some chat stuff here. Oh, yes, ICP is different from ICP Daily. I don't think I even put ICP Daily in this slide at all. I believe that they're totally different ingredients. We could pull it up at the very end. I'll pull up the Young Living's website and we can check it out. Okay, that is one cleanse that I highly recommend. I was going to go into tonight the 5-day nutritive cleanse, but that's not specifically geared towards the liver and the gallbladder, which I wanted to focus on tonight. So I'm going to cover like weight loss and the 5-day nutritive cleanse in April. But at the very end, I'm going to give you guys a text class, because the thing with the 5-day nutritive cleanse with Young Living, it's so gentle. So if you've never cleansed before, it is a really great baseline start. And what that's going to help you do, like I did that in pregnancy last year. I just doubled my protein and I made sure to have enough calories. I wasn't trying to lose weight. What I was trying to do was kind of curb my cravings for sugar and my addiction to coffee. And so after the 5-day nutritive cleanse did that for me, and it was very gentle. If you've never cleansed before, I do recommend doing something like that, and then going into maybe 5 days of the cleansing trio. I'm not going into detail, like I said, of the 5-day nutritive cleanse tonight, because I wanted to focus on the liver. But at the very end, I'm going to give you guys a few more resources. I'm also going to give you guys some resources for an even deeper liver cleanse, such as the master cleanse and a gallbladder flush that I'm not going to go into detail, but I'll provide that for you. So here's some just products I just wanted to mention. I won't go in detail with all of these for sake of time, but some definitely that I think are worth mentioning if you're on a budget and you're like, I want to support my liver, but let me just like do one thing at a time, maybe one supplement or one oil. So I'm just going to cover a couple of these, as well as a couple of things specifically for your gallbladder. So with Young Living, anything that starts with Juva, that's for your liver. That's liver support. So you can see just right there on the top, Juva Cleanse, Juva Tone, Juva Power. They're all very different. My notes. Okay, let's talk about each of these real quick. So Juva Cleanse, this is an incredible blend of, are y'all ready for this? Helichrysum, ledum, and celery seed. Those are like powerhouses for your liver. And you know, if you're an oiler and you're here tonight, you know how expensive helichrysum is. So this is a very powerful, healing blend right here. Also, side note, I'm maybe going to talk about this in April, but the petrochemical weight loss that people swear by, I did it years ago, where you rub ledum on your cellulite to get rid of like basically toxins that build up in your fat tissue. That's in that oil. Ledum is right there in Juva Cleanse as well. So that's called the petrochemical weight loss. So just a few things about some of the oils in here. The celery plant, this is high, it's got celery also in there, the helichrysum and ledum. So the way that you want to use this is topically apply it to the bottom of your feet, or you can add it to a vegetable capsule. It's not going to taste wonderful. You probably don't want to put it to your juice or water. You probably want to put it in a capsule, or you can rub it on your liver with like some carrier oil. Juva Flex. I don't think I put Juva Flex on here, did I? Oh man, I meant to put Juva Flex. It might be on the next slide. This is an oil that has blue tansy, fennel, geranium, helichrysum, Roman chamomile, and rosemary. This is also, both of these are going to help the liver detox and function at its best. So definitely want to use these while you're doing the cleanse. If you're not doing the cleanse, consider applying these to your feet every day or putting them in capsules. Did I put Digest and Cleanse on this one? No, that must be on the next one too. Okay, Juva Power. So earlier today, I was looking for a product that I used to use that I kind of forgot about until I was prepping for this call. And it was called Juva Spice. Does anybody remember Juva Spice? So Juva Spice was a bunch of liver supporting herbs that you could just put on top of your food, and it would like, it's a spice, like an herb mix that was just great to add to food. Well, I don't think they got rid of it. Like right now it's set to where only brand partners can buy it, but Juva Power is almost identical. Juva Power is a powder. And on the directions of it, I thought I pulled up my notes, but I don't. On the directions on Juva Power, it says that you can sprinkle it on food. So it's basically the same thing. Or you can add it to like smoothies and drink it that way. But I do think people add Juva Power to like their food and cook with it. But just different options here. So you've got like a powder, you've got a capsule, you've got an oil. So kind of like picking what works best for you. Multigreens is one of my most favorite supplements that Young Living makes, not to be confused with Ningxia greens. They're very different, have different ingredients, but multigreens I feel like is especially helpful for springtime and seasonal changes. It's got bee pollen in there, which is going to be really great for your respiratory system when pollen is coming. And it's got all sorts of powerful nutrient rich greens like barley grass, spirulina, choline, alfalfa, kelp. And I love like Young Living sourcing the best of the best for this green supplement. When I was trying for my early years of like hardcore fertility, I was taking like 9 of these 3 times a day. Like I don't think you can overdose with greens. They were just flushing through me. But this is a detoxifier. So it's a chelator. And so really helpful in your cleanse. Lemon, super great for flushing the liver. Capsules of lemon. I mean, y'all, when I was researching for this, I read testimonies of people just being like, I just encapsulated lemon every day and I put it in my water, and like whatever was going on with their liver symptoms and their skin would improve and really, really help. Essential Zyme, we already talked about. Ningxia, you guys know about that. I think I talk about it every single week. I'm drinking it right now. This is my antioxidant rich overall body support, going to help all my organ systems really, but definitely digestion. Okay, so interesting. Before I had my 2 gallbladder attacks in the last week, I did a scan, a Zyto scan, with my friend Greta, and it's just one of those things that it's weird. It pulled up on the scan before I had any symptoms. So I didn't really do what the scan said, because I was like, why is my liver pulling up? That's so weird. I had all these biomarkers out of range and they all pulled for GLF. And it's like one of the few oils I don't own. I've been an oiler for 10 years and I don't own GLF, probably because it's like, what is it, like $100 and something? Well, it's a powerful blend. It stands for gallbladder liver flush. And clearly the scan knew I needed it. I wish I would have listened to it, but I'm going to cash in some points and get it. So GLF is grapefruit, ledum, helichrysum, celery seed, hyssop, and spearmint. So it is a blend, very unique blend of high antioxidant oils that all have cleansing properties. They're all great for weight management. They're all great for digestion, but specifically for your gallbladder and your liver. So this is something that you can put like in a capsule. I'll probably dilute it with like a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil, and then you just take it before each meal or as needed. So if I was having all those gas pains and I had GLF, I would have just like made it rain GLF under my tongue, but I didn't have it with me. I wasn't prepared. All right, this is also really cool. Something that I kind of got out of my research. Who has cumin oil in their house? Anybody? Cumin oil is one that I have that I never go for. It's like, it's just in my house. I must have gotten it for free. I honestly couldn't even tell you if the lid has come off of it. Okay. It is one of the most inexpensive oils that you can buy. And after I read about it, I was like, I am going to take that every day in a capsule for the next week based off of what I've been feeling, my symptoms with my gallbladder. But cumin is a very high cleanser detoxifier. The properties for your digestive and immune system are absolutely amazing. It has been associated with having liver detoxification properties for the history of cumin. If you go back and look at like how Indian cultures, North Africa, the Middle East, like they know what cumin does. They cook with cumin. It's like a part of their daily diet. But it has the ability to stimulate the production of digestive enzymes. How cool is that? So it doesn't contain enzymes, but it stimulates your body to produce more digestive enzymes. And I think we kind of like know that about like spicy food, Indian food, cumin, like it gets the bowels moving, right? But it's also really great for inflammation. So I'm looking at this like, this is going to help my digestion. It's going to help support my gallbladder. It's going to support my breakdown of fatty foods or whatever's going in my body. And it's like pennies. Cumin is like one of the cheapest oils. I just thought that was so cool. So yeah, anytime I research for these things, I'm like, now I'm like learning. Oh, thank you, Louise. Louise is educating us on the side. We've got a whole class of ICP versus ICP daily. Louise, do you want to unmute yourself and share what you just did real quick? Are you in a place to do that? Just for the recording, so people who aren't reading what you just wrote, you could just. Are you there? I can't hear you now. What is that, a microphone in your hand? Okay, Harmony said, so cool. Cumin was recommended by a researcher friend to have in stock, so I have lots. Accidentally put it in the diffuser instead of lemon. Ew, the whole house smelled like a taco. That's cool. What did your research friend say? Why did they say you should have it in stock? Tell us in the comments, in the chat. Okay, well, if Louise can figure out her mic, she can come on. If not, I can also read for curious minds. So it says that the original ICP, the one that I mentioned, was made for occasional detox or colon cleanse, usually taken at nighttime. Its ingredients absorb unwanted debris and undigested matter for elimination. Oh, I think I hear you, Louise.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you got your microphone.
Yeah, I'll just real quick. It was a great question. Who asked it? Was it Anne? it was a great question. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. And it gets asked often in my group because I talk about ICP daily so much. And every now and then I'm trying to go back into the chat and find where my education was. Let's see. So I'm just clicking everywhere and it's going because it's very different, guys. It's very different. And mostly it's really different in how it tastes. Okay, like the original ICP is kind of thick and it is part of that cleanse. So it's because the ingredients are so different. Okay, so it's for the occasional detox or colon cleanse. It's usually taken at nighttime. Its ingredients are absorbed wanted debris and undigested matter for elimination. But it's very, so you mix it in the water,
Right.
and you just have to guzzle it because it is not pleasant. And so many people thought the ICP daily, Haley, was going to be like the original ICP. And
Right.
so nobody was touching ICP daily. They were like, I am not ordering that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's ICP daily is delicious. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But it's different. It's not necessarily for the detox of getting
Right.
rid of unwanted debris. The ICP daily kind of promotes the absorption of minerals, and it has like prebiotics in it. So it's very different. So
And it's a drink.
when you're thinking about the original ICP, think cleanse, absorbing, flushing out, kind of bulky. But when you're thinking the daily, it mixes in warm water and it disintegrates. It's got a flavor. It tastes delicious, but it's to help absorb, and it's got prebiotics in it that's good for our digestive system. That's it
Perfect.
in a nutshell.
That's perfect. Thank you. That's good to know. I didn't even include ICP daily in this, so I'm glad we talked about it. Yeah, Abigail asked that question. Good question, Abigail. Okay, is there one? Oh, digest and cleanse is on here. Okay, digest and cleanse is like your easy button cleanse. It's like in a capsule. It's basically like digest plus a couple other things. You've got fennel, anise, ginger, peppermint, caraway. Anytime I have like occasional digestive discomfort, okay, it eases it within minutes, like gas, bloating, something didn't sit well, too rich of food, whatever. It is, I like forgot about it. And then pregnancy comes and I have like acid reflux, and alkaline and digest and cleanse are just like absolute lifesavers. So you take one soft gel, either like up to 3 times a day, kind of as needed or with a meal. But you want to just make sure you drink a lot of water with it because it's an oil capsule. You want it to go down. If it doesn't go down and you burp it up, you're like burping up like strong oils. So that's the only thing. Drink a lot of water with it. I know lemon is in it as well. Okay, we're already at time. So that's why I felt like, okay, I can only cover so much. I want to give you guys a little bit more. These 2 books people recommended over and over again. So if you're like, I know like the symptoms that I read in the beginning, my liver needs a little love, my gallbladder needs a little love, start maybe with the 5-day nutritive cleanse, which we'll cover more in depth in April, the cleansing trio. And then if you want something even further than that, these 2 books really are like step by step to something called the master cleanse. My sister Jessica just did it. She said, I did it years ago. But she was like, that's for the birds. That was absolutely horrible. It was basically 5 days of like lemon juice, maple syrup, and cayenne. Oh no, my computer's saying it wants to like die. But and it's not for everybody. It's not something I would recommend every single person do, but it can be really, really powerful. So here's a few links. Can y'all see this? My computer is giving me error messages. Okay. I put together, I did not write this, so I can't take the credit, but I took it from other diamonds and people who shared. But that very first link you see, that first bit.ly link, which is bit.ly/LG cleanse. That's a detailed gallbladder flush. If you have gallstones, how to use, I believe it's with apple juice. That's all written out there. The next link you see is bit.ly/10-day liver cleanse. That's a little bit more in depth of a liver cleanse, like a deeper one. And then if you are interested in the 5-day nutritive cleanse, which I did not mention details of tonight, but like I did mention that I did it in pregnancy. It's extremely gentle. If you've never done a cleanse and you just want like a simple baseline, then text cleanse to that number right there. And we've already, like, I created that last year when I did that, and that's going to give you information on the 5-day nutritive cleanse. So just for sake of time, I was like, I have to put all these resources in one spot for you guys. Okay. And then because a lot of you hopped on after the fact, Louise said, please reach out to her if you have questions about Master Cleanse. You do it for 10 days? Wow. Yeah, Jessica said that's for the birds. I'm like, day 1, she was eating like dinner. But I've done it before. I did it 5 years ago, and it gets things moving. It gets things moving. If you hopped on late and maybe missed this very first thing, I'm going to go back real quick before my computer dies on me. I don't know what it's doing, to this very first slide. And I want y'all to grab this link at the bottom there. It's another bit.ly link. It's Springtime Rhythms. That is a whole different class on why we should cleanse in the springtime, specifically why the liver and the gallbladder as the focus. And I even go into how we should be eating and different things like behaviorally we should be doing in the spring. So it's a lot more in depth. This was more centered on the cleanse tonight, but I hope that y'all got something good from it. I know just from my own research, I'm, like I said, definitely incorporating cumin into my daily diet or my daily routine. And I am very interested in, I want to do the cleansing trio. Especially y'all, when you look in the ingredients, I was so impressed with Comfort Tone. I sent Harmony a screenshot. Harmony, I don't even think you responded, but I was like, copper's in this. Like, there's some really cool ingredients in Comfort Tone that I did not know was there. So share this recording with your friends. If you're listening tonight and you're not a customer and you're interested in buying these, go ask the person who invited you to come tonight how you can get an order in, and it can help you and set you up for success. So thanks for coming. I'm sorry this went a little bit longer than usual. Next week, we're going to be doing, what is next week? Exercise, oils for exercise with Louise, I think. Maybe, we'll see. Okay. All right, y'all have a great night. We'll see you then. Bye.